We're on green with a stock 160. Going to have a quick chat with Jamie Callum. Jamie, I remember battling you last season out the sharp end of stock 160s. You've come from strength to strength this season. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty pumped up, ready for it. It's been a good day so far. So just hopefully get a good couple of clean laps out of the way at the beginning. And yeah, just see where we can go from there.
Ready, enjoy your race, mate.
Pit bike stock 160 is about to get underway. The flag drops and away they go into the first corner. Big group of riders in this one. The start is going to be absolutely essential. A charge around the second corner up towards Christmas, and it's very close to the front. Everyone is through the first few corners safely. They charge up to Christmas corner. It looks like Ava Carter's got the jump on the field, and as the chasing riders jostle for position. Oh, there's trouble at Christmas though as one of our midfield runners goes down. That's number 45 on the leathers. We'll just confirm. Maybe an Adam Blackwell in the midfield, but Blackwell's all right. He's getting back on the bike and should be back in the race. Ava Carter with that start, and with the top 4 or 5 riders battling for position, she's took advantage and trying to pull away.
Yeah, absolutely, but so far they've kept her honest around this first lap as they come across the line. It is indeed Ava Carter ahead of Alan Carter. Brad Ray. Oh, apologies, my timing screen actually isn't confirming that because it's not updating yet.
But not the first time we've seen Ava and Alan Carter battling at the front. Alan Carter taking the lead as they go through towards Christmas corner. That may be, I think, maybe Ray possibly, I think, going through to second, or may even actually be Richard Holmes Williams, who's starting to put the pressure on Alan Carter. They go up towards the boot. So Carter with the jump on that second lap leads them through the boot in towards the final few corners, but this battle at the front of pit bike stock 160 is getting very close indeed. 4 or 5 riders very much in with a chance. And I have to give a shout to here. It's Rebecca Wardle come on to Lawrence Wardle. We've been told before Lawrence Wardle's perfectly fine. William Lawrence Wardle. We just go with Lawrence Wardle normally.
Okay, fair enough. Timing screen has updated, so it is indeed Alan Carter at the head of this one, but that could all change because, as you can see, Richard Holmes Williams is right with him. Brad Ray in 3rd place at the moment. Little look there from Alan Carter down at his bike, but just as he came onto the back straight, and look at this, Brad Ray looking very racy here in 3rd place.
Well, Brad Ray just shadowing on the rear wheel of number 126 Holmes in 2nd place. They go through towards Christmas corner. Things might get a bit lively now as they come up towards Christmas corner. This drive out of the second corner up the hill is going to be very important indeed. Carter knows they're there, trying to guide that inside line. Oh, and he's done just the right job there as he holds off that battle of 2nd and 3rd. They are all over the rear wheel of Alan Carter. Here they come towards Zulu, and let's see what he can do for 2nd place.
Yeah, and of course, if these top 3 start battling and forcing each other off the conventional line, they will, of course, open themselves up to being caught by the battle for 4th. Do any of them gain the advantage through the boot? It looks to be as they were as they come on to complete another tour of the circuit.
Ava Carter is not that far behind in 4th, 2.4 seconds down on the race leader. So, like Howard says, these guys, they don't want to be jostling position too much as we see there actually Ray keeping a shadow on 4th place. It looks like we may have had a change for 4th actually. That may have been Luke Westerman possibly getting past Ava Carter. We'll wait and see in a few moments' time. That battle's still raging for 4th place, but the leaders very close indeed. So it looks like Ava Carter's dropped to 5th position. At the front, though, it's still the machine of Carter. Oh, but Billy Ray goes down the inside into the boot, just behind Richard Holmes. And yes, Ray now through to 2nd place as the leaders make their way through towards the finish line. This battle for 4th is still raging. Lawrence Wardle starting to put the pressure on Ava Carter as they cross the line. Battles throughout the field in this one.
Yeah, Wardle looked to get a good drive off the last corner there, and that can set you up all the way up the hill towards Christmas corner. Interesting to see if he can capitalise on that, but it looks at the moment like Carter, this is Ava Carter, is just far ahead enough as they work through Christmas, then through the left-hand kink there, and now we look ahead to the leaders who are going through Zulu onto the back straight now.
Ava Carter then doing enough as the leaders start to really fight for that position, and it looks like Ray's gone through to the front, getting past Alan Carter. So the pressure paying off for Ray at the front, goes flying through the final corner, keeping it nice and tight as he crosses the line. Carter just behind in second place. Certainly Ray cannot afford any kind of a mistake, because second and third are right on the tail, fourth dropping back slightly.
Yeah, the pace of this top three is looking really impressive here, because make no mistake about it, those battling over fourth are not exactly slouching. As they come through Inkermans, this is where the national circuit deviates from the layout we've used at other rounds this year. And through Zulus, using a lot of curb there was Ava. Alan.
We were talking actually earlier on to Matt, and a lot of these riders, they are using the maximum perimeter of this track. They're bouncing off the curbs, even jumping in some cases, so really taking advantage of this new format, the Zulu track, which we're not really used to seeing actually for Richard Mini Bikes. This one regularly used for many of the karting events, but certainly a new one at Richard Mini Bikes.
And look at this, Richard Holmes has got a good run here up the hill. He's going to be looking to take the lead of this one. Alan Carter, you can see, is not going to go down without a fight here. Manages to hold on to it through Christmas. Brilliant riding from both Concern as they come through Inkermans.
Now, if Carter had pulled that off, I think that would have been the move of the season around the outside on that second corner.
I've been very, very impressed.
Had to carry a lot of speed to try and make that one stick. He almost got there, of course, so let's see if he can do that one again.
Absolutely. All eyes on this battle at the front, though, as I say, it's sort of the secondary commentator's curse that there's always fantastic stuff that we just can't cover in the moment happening all the way further down. Some great battles.
Look out then for Alan Carter going into the second corner. He's going to try it again, I believe, on the outside, but he's got the line covered there, Billy Ray. But Carter switches his line, squares the turn off, goes down the inside, and he makes it stick. What a great move there from Alan Carter to retake the lead. He's been lining up Ray for a couple of laps on that corner. Tried the outside last time round and very strong out of that second corner, but Ray's trying to fight back now as they go through Zulu again, as we're saying there, using all of the curbs, bouncing off the curbs you might say. And that's actually Richard Holmes Williams also in there as well, but Brad Ray having a look, but Carter's got the line covered.
Indeed, apologies, we are still having a few issues with timing up here in the box, so we are trying to do our best, but here is the replay. What a fantastic move that was up the inside of Christmas corner. That was with no shortage of confidence, was it?
Had that line worked out. He's been weighing him up in that corner for about 2 laps, and it'd be great to see it come off. Somebody's taken a trip onto the grass, I believe, number 11. I think maybe one of our top 10 runners. We'll just confirm that in a moment. But the rider okay. Meanwhile, back at the front, Brad Ray still battling away with Alan Carter at the front. Carter riding defensively. Look at this battle here going to Christmas, just on the edge of the top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. As we say, fantastic battling going on all the way down the field here.
And the leaders go through past the finish line with 1 lap to go. Alan Carter leads the way, and this is where he made the move. Last time around, there's back markers in front. We're just looking at this battle in the midfield so far. Very, very close indeed as the lead's going to Christmas. As Ray has a look down the inside of Carter, tried to make the pass stick into Christmas corner. Back markers may play a part. And out of nowhere, they're banging handlebars.
Side by side through Inkermans. Highly impressive stuff, and he's made it stick.
That is incredible. As you know, that's a very technical part of the track.
Yes.
To get through there takes some doing.
Yep, absolutely.
So here we go. Looks like Brad Ray with that great move on the final lap is going to make it stick. They make their way into the final corner. The checkered flag goes out. And Brad Ray, just by the finest of margins, taking the checkered flag.
I have to say, as we've got a bit of drama on at Christmas corner on the final laps, and riders off there, nearly slipped into the trap again. I think we definitely need a jar that I put £1 in every time that happens. Oh, dearie me, as a rider down in the boot section.
96, I believe, that went down. The rider okay. We'll just confirm that's...
that's Dave Green, who unfortunately has not had the end to the race that he would have wanted.
At least he kept the bike running, so at least he will finish the race and grab some points.
Yeah, we're going to get a bit of a replay here. Now, so it's unforced error there. Wasn't contact with anybody else.
So here we go, pit bike stock 160, Group A about to go underway. And a difficult start for our front runners, but Alan Carter blazing away at the front as they charge into the first few corners up towards Christmas. It's been a big crash at the back though. One rider cartwheeling down the track on that sort of spectacular crash. The rider's okay. Now let's see if we can get back underway in Very good start at the front though.
Yes, apologies. I think we did call the wrong race there. We forget that there's so many people in the stock 160s that we run 2 races for them. So this is the stock 160s and not the pit bike open and CRF 150s. Those will come later. But as you say, Carter's had a good start here at the front, coming round to complete the last lap now. This is through the boot section.
Just to interrupt the fall and ride on the first corner, cartwheeling, the bike cartwheeled off the track, but he's okay, he's off the track, just repairing the machine, but the rider is okay. So Alan Carter, your race leader, looks like we had a glitch with the timing unfortunately, so we'll just keep an eye on that one manually. As they go towards Christmas, it's Ava Carter in second, looks like that's Billy Ray in third. So Ray in third, Lawrence Wardle, I think that is in fourth, number 414. Here we go, we've got the timing charts here on the left hand side, so Lawrence Wardle Holmes in 5th position. And Luke Westerman just a bit further behind. So Ava Carter with another good start, but Brad Ray, oh, that was a opportunistic move there on the inside. But
think about it, and you got to be careful when a move like that doesn't pay off, because you're immediately often under pressure, as we can see here, from the rider behind.
You want to know what you're doing there, haven't you, really? And Ray potentially could have left himself open, but he had the line covered, fortunately, for Ray, of course, as he tries again to look at Ava Carter, but she's got the line covered, so it's a Carter 1-2 at the moment, and Ava Carter not too far behind. Alan Carter had that great start, and he is looking to hold on to the lead.
Yes, it's an unfortunate abbreviation to have at the top of a bike field to say that a car is at the front, but it is both. It is Carter from Carter at the front. In this case, Alan from Ava. Alan currently with the fastest lap of the race as well. They're pulling some impressive speed around here at the moment. 44.334, not bad considering the temperatures have just dropped, as we heard from Matt Pearce as well.
Relatively colder, the riders struggling for grip in places, but as they make their way through, Alan Carter 0.8 of a second leading the way. It looks like Brad Ray has gone through to second, trying to get as much traction as he can up the hill towards Christmas. Actually hanging off the back end of that machine to get the power down. Lawrence Wardle a bit further behind. Oh, and look at that from Lawrence Wardle down the inside. Oh, and poor Ava Carter goes down.
Oh, disappointing there.
Disappointed with that. It was a bit of a shame there. Left the apex open. Holmes saw half a chance and went through, and racing incident, of course, just washed out the front end. Here we see the replay. And there we go. See Holmes just.
There was a little nudge, wasn't there?
Yeah.
As you say, Chris, no malice in that at all.
That's it. Just saw half a chance.
Racing incident, but yeah, unfortunate turn of events. Brad Ray, meanwhile, is riding with intent here at the front. You can tell that he's keen to put a move on Alan Carter. We're now looking slightly further down the order, though. This is Mark Davis, Aaron Walker, and Jamie Callan, who are riding in 6th, 7th, and 8th, respectively.
They'll have to obey the wave yellows here, though, because we've got Ava Carter on the side of the track just getting the machine ready. So they go single file past the stricken rider. Mark Davis will see him, of course, later on in the pit bike vets. Very entertaining midfield battle here, though, as Walker, oh, has a look, though. He got the drive going towards the boot, but it's very difficult to get the front wheeling going into that corner.
Yeah, it's interesting how I've been talking about... as we've got drama at the front here, Chris.
Brad Ray's taking the lead going into Christmas corner, but Alan Carter's fighting back. Here we see it now.
Side by side up the hill into Christmas corner. How's this one going to turn out? Carter up the inside.
Oh.
Ray was as daring as he dared, if you will, but he's lost the position there. Yellow's still out at Inkerman's there for the stricken Ava Carter. And Ray's trying back up the inside into Zulus. That was bold and didn't pay off as they come here onto the back straight. So...
great battle here.
This is fantastic stuff, isn't it? And Ray again has a look. Ray seems to be going for opportunities that, I mean this in a good way, I wouldn't, if you know what I mean. He's definitely looking extremely racy, extremely competitive here. Holds the fastest lap of the race, and it's at 43.5. How's his drive up the hill going to be? Is he going to pull to the inside? He is indeed. Carter doesn't respond. He sort of sticks to the conventional line, and the position changes again. Anything on in Inkerman's for Carter? No. Ray's covering that, and indeed they're covered by yellow still for Ava Carter, who seems to be getting assistance now with starting that bike. And now, will this give Ray the opportunity to create the gap at the front?
Noted here, actually, Andrew Giles has been in touch saying this is an old bike, actually, an export machine. So awesome riding talent, of course, very accomplished rider. like you say though, actually, Howard, it's some of these moves he's going for, a lot of riders aren't looking for this, and especially on such a shorter track, relatively short track by our standards.
Yeah, and something else was going to note. I've been talking about how maybe it's more possible, I won't say easy by any stretch, but more possible to overtake through the Zulus. It looks as well as going into the boot here perhaps isn't as much of an overtaking opportunity as it is in four-wheel variety of racing, because there's maybe not such a big braking event, or indeed are they actually
I'd
braking?
agree with that,
just,
because
you know,
well, like you say, the boot, when I've been here in the past karting myself and I've seen the broadcasts on the television, they do seem to go for the boot in the karting, don't they? I suppose with the extra width you can get the wheel in there and make a good block pass.
Yeah, we meanwhile are watching the battle here between Lawrence Wardle and Richard Holmes. This is the battle over third place. So having been treated to a fantastic battle for the lead, which by the way isn't actually over yet, we've also got a fantastic battle going on for third place. 2 laps left to run, or more like 1.5 now, with the leader slightly further up the road from here. Nothing on for Holmes into that corner.
Tried to have a go down the inside, but wasn't really on that time. He's lining up Lawrence Wardle, and Lawrence Wardle is going to have to be careful now. Number 414, currently in third place. Holmes on his tail through Zulu as they come towards the boot, and let's see, does he go for the move into the boot?
There's a bit of a feeling of inevitability here, not necessarily that it will go Holmes' way, but certainly that he'll at least try.
Last lap now underway, and Bradley Ray leads the race from Alan Carter, 0.4 of a second, and like Howard says, that battle, we see it now, it's by no means over, because Carter has one last look into Christmas. That's the main overtaking spot, so let's see if he can get close enough through Zulu and maybe put a move on going into the boot possibly. He's going to have to line it up though, he's going to have to really work at this now.
Yeah, as we've been talking though, Ray riding very confidently here, as is evidenced by some of the moves that he has pulled and attempted to pull as well. He's really gone for the overtakes when they've been on for him, and so he's going to round the final corner now. Brad Ray is going to take an impressive victory after a race-long battle with Alan Carter. Who's going to take third place though? Look at this, it's going to be a drag to the line between these two. Who's it going to be? It is Lawrence Wardle across the line. The gap is 76 thousandths of a second if anyone's counting this, to Richard Holmes in fourth. Luke Westerman comes home in fifth, Mark Davis sixth, Aaron Walker seventh, eighth is Jamie Callum, Brendan Allen and Andrew Green round out the top 10 in the 20 bike field. That was another great race we saw there, wasn't it, Chris?
And that one for third with Lawrence Wardle.